Hey,
Hey mate, where are you? Oh, there you are.
you know, you got Dan. You've got so many fans that literally just blew up the internet, blew up my phone.
How are you
Sorry
doing?
for everybody out there that that was me being long. Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
I was really enjoying the shot of your light screen. It was beautiful.
Beautiful thing. How have you been?
Yeah, good man. All good.
Congrats
How
on
about?
the single.
Oh, thank you. Thanks very much. Likewise. I love the Arlo Parks tune. It's wicked.
Yeah, we put that out last night, and we're doing Jules Holland with that. We did that
No
this week.
way.
That's on Friday, so
Oh, that's amazing.
cannot wait.
Is that your first Jules Holland as an artist?
Yeah, I was petrified. And I was
When?
playing keyboards as well,
Oh wait, you've
which
done it
was
already. You've done it.
yeah, we did it. Did it
Oh,
last week, so out on Friday. So yeah,
nice.
now I know how you guys feel. Well, I mean, I wasn't even singing. Obviously, Arlo was doing the really hard bit. But when was the last time you did it?
We've never done Jules Holland. Um, but what have we done? Yeah, we've done a bunch of the UK TVs and a bunch of the American ones as well. I mean, you know what I'm like. Generally, it's terrifying, and I'm an absolute state. But yeah, it's a whole different live experience, isn't it? You're going to watch it back, which never helps, and it's very exposing. All of the noise and the calamity of playing in front of a crowd goes away, and it's a kind of, I don't know, it's a different thing. But very cool. I can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait to see who else was on Jules Holland.
Playing Faith
Nice.
and yeah, a couple other people. I can't remember their names, but yeah, I'm yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Wicked.
How's it been going?
Was it just that one tune, or did you do other ones as well?
No, we just did Stranger in the Night.
Nice.
How's
Nice.
so you've been busy in the studio?
Yeah, pretty much. Just that's kind of that's like become life. I mean, it sort of always has been, but now there's no touring to mix it up, so it's quite nice, just uninterrupted, going in every day or working from home and writing here. It's been really nice. It's been really fun, juggling a bunch of stuff creatively and bouncing between loads of different things. I've I've been loving it, to be honest.
Has it been a different experience just having that time where you just know you're not gonna have to rehearse and play live and do promo in between and stuff?
Yeah, I guess it's been the first time that we've really stopped and made music without any touring at all. Even times where it's been a bit quieter, we've still managed to go off and play the odd festival, or or do quite a lot of traveling. So um, definitely good for my carbon footprint this year. um, but yeah, it's been at times really fun, and at times kind of a bit of a head fuck, doing just this. But it's also something that I've wanted to do for years, so I'm not complaining at all. Um, and yeah, it's also been really satisfying. We've been able to put out a couple of singles, so to have, I don't know, something about releasing music and working on music at the same time that kind of scratches every itch, um, which is nice. So there's been like the odd. I mean, I guess the weirdest thing is not seeing the guys in the band every day and not seeing all of our crew and everyone every day. So that's really strange. Obviously, worrying for the live industry, and I do miss traveling a lot, and I miss certain elements of playing shows. Um, but yeah, there's been little bits of promo here and there that's allowed us to all rehearse a bit and hang out. Yeah, man. How's it going? How's the album? How's having it finally being kind of released into the world? How's it feeling?
It's it's the wildest feeling I've ever experienced. So obviously having worked, when did we first meet? So it was I Know You with Craig, wasn't it? That was the first time we'd met,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was 2-3 years ago. I have this weird thing with time now. I like, how
Dude,
long ago?
it's bonkers, particularly given this year and how it feels like the longest time, but it also feels like we sort of, someone said January, February, COVID, December, and that kind of sums it up pretty well. It feels like it's just gone away. I don't know, when was I Know You? It must have been it was 3 years ago. Yeah, it'll be 3 years ago this Christmas was when it
Wow.
came out.
Wow. So yeah, like working with obviously people like yourself and Craig and Stormzy and Dave is the most amazing thing, but it's very different from when you're front and center of a project. So as much as with this record, it's a concept record and there's 12 questions, I feel like the questions are the most important thing. But having this, like having my feeling that Future Utopia is the band is the most amazing and terrifying thing ever. But people seem to be liking the music, and you know, all about the contributors. So that's why, you know, I feel so grateful to you that you came down and we made What's in a Name together. And when was that? I mean, sorry it sounds so like space
No,
ghost,
mate, I'm the same as you.
that was this year, wasn't it? This year has obviously been a blur for everybody because it's been the weirdest year ever. But
yeah.
I feel
Was
like
it this year? It's terrible that I also have here's two people who clearly don't know how to use a calendar, both trying to have a dates conversation. I've got no idea. It was this year?
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was a really fun day. Your studio is beautiful. You should show it off to everybody here because it's quite an amazing room.
Yeah, it's a barn in the country. So this is, I don't know how much you can see, but this is where we made the track, which is coming out on October the 23rd on the album.
Yes.
Me and Dan, Future Utopia and Dan. What's in a Name?
So tell me about the name Future Utopia. When did that crystallize, and what was the thinking behind it?
I always wanted this to be a project, Dan, that felt more akin to the Gorillaz and Massive Attack than a producer record. And I wanted it to feel literally in the future it could have different guises and different people and different band members and different contributors. So it just would become something rather than me going out on my own name, which I felt, just for me anyway, was maybe a little bit limiting. And so then Future Utopia questions came for the record, these 12 questions, deep philosophical questions, which I guess we'll get into in a sec, the track that we did. But Future Utopia just felt, I wanted it to feel hopeful and positive and like there is a light at the end of this tunnel. And this place, to me, Future Utopia is somewhere where everyone can live, where there's equality and acceptance and kindness and nice drums and
nice drums,
people.
great production, a nice bunch of mates. Yeah, no, dude, I like it. I really like the idea of making it a project. I was thinking, given your sort of kind of long and incredibly varied and incredibly successful career as someone who has produced for and with so many like such a huge variety of artists and got to work with so many people, of what it feels like with the experience that you've had launching a project and essentially being a brand new band in 2020. Because I think obviously you're not brand new, and obviously a lot of the names on the album are kind of have been around for a while and have, you know, pedigree of their own and all that kind of stuff. But I think quite a lot, particularly given everything that's happened this year, about how difficult it is and must be for artists coming through. Like look at Arlo Parks. Like, you know, she's incredible and and just because of the way this year has been, has sort of missed out on a summer of festivals and touring and support tours and all those kind of promo moments that, and there's like this sort of just just the moments that happen across the course of a first year of a record or a first couple of years of an artist, that kind of all the opportunities for people to discover you. And I was thinking how sort of A, it must be weird being a quote unquote new artist, and B, this year, like fucking hell. And I was just wondering how it's been. But I guess also it's nice that so much from what I've been seeing, so much of it is about the artistry and the concepts, and loads of that can live online and in the videos and the animation. Who does the animation, by the way? And
the artist is called Ori Tour, and he did the cover art. And I just wanted to make sure, I wanted to have this feeling that everything, because obviously there's so many different collaborators on the record, that it's hard to portray that in a way that feels cohesive to future Utopia and to this project. So Ori, we discovered this company called Pentagram. He did the artwork, and it was just, I don't know if you've ever had that, where, see, we can talk about things like this that I wouldn't have known until this point, being a music producer, but you know, where you see artwork and it's like, oh, I'm not quite sure about this. So you probably do your own artwork, don't you?
Well, I mean, bits of it. We often work with people. I'm always do as much of the sort of art direction and
yeah,
that kind of stuff as I can. But it's quite collaborative, and you know, particularly, I mean, we should go back to what you were saying. But this year has been really interesting for us as well, because we've worked with animators and worked with animation, and therefore like graphic designers and artists in a way that we hadn't really before. So that's been really interesting. And I think obviously the difference with drawn and graphic work as opposed to photography is that, like, if you hate the photos, unless you don't use them, there's not much you can do about it apart from a bit of editing here and there, which we have done on our album covers. But with this, it's such a slower and more collaborative process, which I love. But yeah, but definitely when stuff comes in and you're disappointed with it, I don't know why I just took such a negative stance. It's a challenge in itself, and but you've got to get it right. And I guess particularly this, was it sort of an easy decision, or how did that all come about? Because it's amazing. I absolutely love it.
Came through lots of conversations and talking about the record and talking about like the hidden meaning and all the music that I'd been influenced by. So everything from 70s soul and progressive rock through to trap music, and how I perceived everything on the record, how visually, you know, I tried to put it into words. I couldn't draw it, but then I just collated lots of different images and felt like I wanted something iconic. And then there were lots of different suggestions. And then when Ori's work was put to me, it was just like, this is absolutely, like, it's as though this guy's got in my head. And so now every video is going to be animated, and that's the world that we're living in musically for future Utopia. So it's really exciting. I'm glad you like it, because it's important. So we've got every collaborator illustrated. So when I sent you yours, I mean, when I sent any of the collaborators the pieces, you know, you're slightly nervous because you think, you know, this is a very personal thing, but you seem to love yours, and the feedback from everyone actually has been amazing on the artwork.
Did you send any? Was anyone like horrified by theirs, or have they all been pretty positive?
Or like 100% positive.
Testament to the artist, because they're really great. I wasn't expecting that to arrive in my WhatsApp until it did, and it's very cool. I guess we've been kind of primed. We've been working with this guy Reza and his sort of animation team, and one of the videos that we did had, as part of the process of it, he kind of animated us in about like 5 or 6 different styles. So I guess we just got our heads around the idea of seeing ourselves in animated form. So
how is
maybe less of a shock coming, but yeah, still very cool. I can't wait. Is that image out and about, or not really?
It can be, yeah. if you want to
You're
share
cool.
it. I mean, album's out October the 23rd, but it's, yeah, I don't think it's like secretive, but
Dude,
yeah,
that's so
you'll see it.
soon. Are you excited?
That's next Friday. Friday.
You must be like, you must be buzzing.
I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm buzzing for people to hear our song. Really
Yeah,
am.
no, me too, me too.
You know,
I
you're,
like, and I like you were saying about like the prog influence as well, which I think is really great and interesting to hear as well.
yeah, I mean, I, on the record, that is a very special moment. You know, we have the outro. I mean, no one's heard it here, so, you know, people are going to be excited, I think. Would you say it's a different thing that you've done with?
Yeah, well, I think
that's slightly different.
yeah, I think it's really different. I think it was a really fun day just writing the song with you in that room, and then really interesting, you know, leaving. And then I guess there's always a moment where people work on something and send it back to you, and you know, it can go so many different ways. But it was just really fun hearing it become something totally different. And I guess the way that my brain works musically is a kind of certain way, and it's always really gratifying and interesting to be challenged and have maybe melodies that I've written flipped over different chords. That's always like, that's the joy of collaboration, right? That's the good bit. And yeah, so I loved hearing where it went. I guess I wasn't expecting it at all, but it's really cool, and I'm excited to have it out there. And yeah, the outro I think is my favorite bit for sure. I love it. But the whole thing, the sonic selection, the synths, the drums, everything, yeah, it's cool. And it's, you know, I really loved getting to work with you on the concept. You know, well, not on the concept, but you know, coming in and you playing so many amazing tracks that have, you know, in the idea of answering these questions that are so strongly speaking to different topics. I'm someone with the Bastille music and with, you know, with our band and the things that we do and other projects that I work on. I love having like a strong concept in mind, because it can be so helpful. There's with so many disparate ideas, sometimes it can be hard to make an album feel focused. And I loved, from when you first told me about it way back when you were still recording in London, the idea of having these questions and trying to confront these issues, both yourself and with the people you were collaborating with. I just think it's a really great idea. So it was fun to be brought into that process and try. I guess I was a bit daunted because, sorry, my phone's dying. The questions are, by their very nature, big topics and sensitive topics and challenging topics. And so, yeah, but it was interesting. It was interesting and fun day getting to chat about it. And yeah, I hope that it goes some way to, yeah, I hope people are surprised and interested by it.
And for everyone that, which is basically everyone other than me and you, that hasn't heard the record, you know, the record takes the shape of me asking questions to Black Panthers and activists and poets, and then asking the same question to rappers and singers. And Dan, the ultimate compliment to you is that you answer the question as one human. So you answer the question, what's in a name? You know, that it's one section. It's not, we didn't have to ask someone else and to get this like holistic view. You did it in the whole song. I honestly didn't know what we were going to do. You know, we started from scratch, and there was just such a special moment that you encapsulated the answer to the question, what's in a name, which is a very, very sensitive topic and a very deep topic, but in your lyrics you were able to encapsulate that, and you absolutely smashed it in a way that the deeper that you go into the lyrics, the more it repays you. But also, as just hearing your voice, and to hear, like you said, your voice against these chords and the the guitars and the drums and the outro section, it blows my mind. So I just want to thank you.
Oh, mate, of course. I obviously don't feel it's in my nature to not feel anywhere near as positive or confident in my work, but it was really fun. It was really fun to be involved in, and yeah, I'm excited for people to hear the song. I think it's something different. I love it, and yeah, I was sort of kind of waiting for the moment where you'd be like, yeah, we're just gonna get someone else to come in and say it, but way better. So yeah, it's nice. But dude, like I've had the privilege of getting to hear the album ahead of time, and it's for anyone watching, it's an amazing body of work. It's a real anyone who's watching this who listens to our music or knows what we're like when we make an album, we love it to be heard sort of in full, and we particularly with our last couple of records, try and make something that sort of tells a story. So we understand so much how important it can be if you've made an album in that way for it to be heard like that. And I think, like, when you sent it to me, you said, put headphones on and listen to it from start to finish, as every album should be heard. But it is so that album, and it's really rewarding for it as well. And it's such a great sort of weird trippy journey. This isn't how I did it, but if anyone out there is into like edibles or anything, I just imagine that lying in a dark room or lying on a hill somewhere with a nice view of the sky, has some headphones on, listening to this would be a mad trippy experience. But yeah, dude, it's great. It's really cool.
Well, man, thank you so much, and I hope that we can continue working together as well on our musical journeys, because it's always such a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man.
And we watched the Chemical Brothers together at Glastonbury, all over, which seems like about 10 years ago. But
and Lizzo as well.
And your friends are the best.
Yeah, we had a really fun time. That was brilliant. And it was just really amazing getting to see you and Sarah, and just worshipping at the church of Lizzo for a solid hour. It was a real highlight of the weekend. But yeah, dude, thank you so much for having me. And
thanks, man.
Good luck with the album. I can't wait for it to be out. I can't wait for people to hear it and react. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you soon, man.
Hey, can you, sorry for my technical inability, but can you just tell me what I need to do at the end of this? Do you press N?
you just click the X at the top on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna take you to a weird screen where it'll say, do you want to end the video? And you go end. And then it's up to you if you want to save it or not. That could be your review of how well or badly you thought this conversation went.
No, I'm definitely going to save it. All right, man.
Dude, take care. Loads of love. Speak to you soon. Bye, mate. Bye.
Bye.